And now PSJA Memorial will play their school song. And now the Panther Corps will play the Spirit of Weslaco High. And remove all headgear for the presentation of the colors and flag raising by the Weslaco High School Junior ROTC. They are under the supervision of Senior Army Instructor Mario Gonzalez and Sergeant First Class Joe Rodriguez. Color Guard members in the center of the field are United States Rifle Sergeant Major Ricardo Perez, United States Flag Major Damaris Perez, Texas Flag Sergeant Aaron Sanchez, and the Texas Rifle First Sergeant Ruben Peña. Drill team members in the center of the field are commanded by Cadet Captain Miguel Bautista, Cadet Master Sergeant Angel Iturbe, Cadet Sergeant First Class Edgar Guillen. Flag raising members on the south side of the field are commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Alfonso Barreda, Cadet Commander U.S. Captain Veronica Sanchez, and Commanding Texas Flag Executive Officer Ricardo Rodriguez. And now we welcome our local recording artist who had a hit in the 1980s at #1, Lonely Nights Without You. Please welcome Mr. Andy Veliz to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's not about one game. It takes decades of winning. The originals. The pride of Weslaco.
Weslaco Stadium. Terry Butler with you tonight along with Joey Caville, and we are here for some 31 5A football. In fact, the first home game of the 2013 season is the Weslaco Panthers have come home tonight for an emotional game. It could be an emotional game, Joey. Is everybody honoring Armando Del Toro before tonight's game?
Yeah, very emotional game. You saw the Panthers coming out with the 4 on their hands, or signaling number 4.
Right.
That is for Armando Del Toro. Number 4 is the jersey he wore. Before the game, they showed a little promo. They recognized the family during the pep rally on Thursday. They gave him a shadow box. The Panther Nation definitely coming together for the Del Toro family and making sure that he is recognized for the pride that he showed as a Panther and as a student here at Weslaco High School.
Yeah, if you don't know about Armando, he was a athlete here at Weslaco High that passed away this last week. Long battle with cancer and being recognized by not only his teammates or his teammates, the entire village and community of Weslaco.
Well, the coaching staff tonight wearing the yellow jerseys and yellow shirts in honor of him. You see a lot of yellow throughout the stadium tonight. But this game is going to be a different story, Terry. It's going to be a game where not only emotions need to be in check, but you also need to make sure that this PSJ Memorial team is kept in check as well. Andy
Palomares kicks off, and we're ready to go here at Bobby Lackey as PSJ Memorial receives the kickoff out to about the 20-yard line and down there.
Well, PSJ Memorial coming into this game, Terry, off a big win at San Benito. 15-14 to score. They had a lot of turnovers defensively, and they're expecting to do the same thing against this Panther squad. On the other side, Panther defense really picking it up in the last 2 games. Turnovers, and the turnover battle the Panthers have definitely won.
Well, that was a game, Joey, I watched on Valley Central, which is our broadcast as well tonight is going out through Valley Central. It's a fun way to watch the teams because we can only watch one game at a time. So Michael Gonzalez, your quarterback, I believe, number 7 back there. And handoff on the first play of scrimmage up to about the 25-yard line is the running back.
Well, you're going to see the spread offense coming out from PSJ Memorial, the number 7, Michael Gonzalez, in that shotgun formation. He's a pretty big guy, handing off to number 26, and that's
Jonathan
Trevino.
Yeah. And on the stop for Weslaco, number 10, that is Chris Montequin. So a gain of about 5 in the play, second down and 5 for the Wolverines from PSJ Memorial. Their school colors are green and white. Oh, a little movement by the right tackle there. Looked like number 20 might have jumped off sides for the Wolves or Wolverines.
Wolverines are 1-1
on the offense.
All sides on PSJ Memorial, but they're coming into this game 1-1 in district. One win against San Benito, and one loss against PSJ High, the Bears.
They're 1-3 overall, yes.
So they're not coming in with a great record, but anything can happen in district. And again, they had predicted to be wiped clean against San Benito, and came out with a squeaker.
They're a very young team. Michael Gonzalez is the quarterback. He's just a sophomore. He's ready to throw out here on the flat, and that's incomplete over the head of the intended receiver out there for PSJ Memorial, number 10 that time. That is Jesse Bustamante.
You're going to see a lot of that happening with PSJ Memorial. They're going to look to the flats. They're going to look at those little short patterns to try to get their speedy guys out in open space and try to get positive yards off of the catch.
Well, he threw that a little high. He was covered by Felix Terrado of Weslaco High School, and we're ready to go here. This should be about third down and about 10 to go here. Maybe, about 10. And Gonzalez rolling to his right. Big right. Now he tucks the ball under. He's going to. I don't know, Joey, did he get the first down? It looked like he hit the turf maybe a yard too soon.
It's only about 2 yards shy of the first down, but right there, Gonzalez looking for somebody. Could not find anybody great to.
Well, he hit the turf, and then I don't know if he got enough for that first down or not.
No, when he slid feet first, they're going to stop him where he 2 yards shy of that first down. But that was a coverage sack, if anything.
Well, I thought maybe he had enough on the run to maybe make the first down, but you're right, he was about a yard or two short, and that means they're going to punt. Now, they do have a good punter. They have a young man named Hector Sanchez that does their punting, number 35, and he's a boomer. I watched this kid, like I said, one of the advantages of watching this on Valley Central, you get a chance to see what all these kids can do. And
Andrew Cavazos was deep for the Panthers.
Against San Benito, he was a weapon out there as a kicker.
High kick, short kick, bouncing, taking the Panthers bounce.
You got that one right, back to the 38-yard line. So from the line of scrimmage, that was only about a 10-yard punt, but mostly because it got a backward bounce, and he didn't get a hold on it. So I guess they put the jinx on him.
Well, what they were doing is punting against the wind, so not only did they get that win against them, but that kick was really high, and that allowed for it to be a short one, allowed that ball to come back and get the Panthers good field position.
Well, here we go. Robbie Lopez, the quarterback for Weslaco, their first series of plays, and they got great field position. They're at the Wolverine 39-yard line, and Lopez with high-powered Eric Gonzalez behind him. And what do we have, a call already?
From the referee, that's going to be against the Panthers.
Okay. So the most active people so far, Joey, are the referees.
Actually, they picked up the flag. They did not call a penalty on that one.
I noticed they didn't move the football. So here, let's try this again. To the line of scrimmage they come. Robbie Lopez under center. Got Gonzalez back there with him, along with Eric Gonzalez in motion. Counter play coming the other way. Oh, up the middle at the 30, 25, breaks the tackle, 20, 15, 10. Is that Eric Gonzalez?
That's
it is.
Eric Gonzalez.
Yep.
So one play, Eric Gonzalez shows why he got the Player of the Week award from
39
KVOY at the pep rally on Thursday.
39-yard counter play by Eric Gonzalez. When he broke that one tackle by number 44, who's their best defensive player, he got around the corner and he just outraced everybody. He had some good runs against McCallum Memorial last week, Joey.
And that's what I was going to tell you, Terry. He got that award from KVOY as the player of the week.
I guess I missed that.
It's going to look like there's a flag. It's going to bring it back, Terry. So
we've seen that before. That was a 39-yard run that's going to go for naught.
Flipping on the offense, number 75, 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Now that's something also new, Joey. And when they give out the penalties this year, they're not telling who the player is. They're giving the number just like they would in college or pros. In other words, they tagged the right tackle for Weslaco High on that flipping penalty.
Well, what happens is they're gonna take where the penalty happened and take 15 yards from that point.
So where's the ball at right now?
The ball's going to be at the 27-yard line.
You got that right. I was just checking on you.
Thank you, Terry. Testing me already.
I was looking at the scoreboard, the reliable scoreboard of Matt Donaldson and the staff here at Weslaco High School. Another handoff down to about the 25, but pushed back about 4 yards.
Cordosa.
Yep. Victor Cordosa gets those hard yards inside.
And then you talk about a little guy getting some big playing time up the middle. And the majority of where his carries go.
There's that guy I'm talking about. When I watched film on this team, number 44 really had a big game against San Benito last week. As I mentioned, this broadcast not only on K-West, but also on Valley Central tonight. So we welcome the audience from them as well. And is this one going out to 95.6 as well?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just K-West. All right.
Pitch out, Eric Gonzalez.
Yep. He got down to about the 23-yard line. So Eric Gonzalez doing a good job there. The number 44 I was talking about on the Wolverines is George Trevino. He is their top defensive player.
And PSJ Memorial defense doing exactly what they wanted to do is make sure that Eric Gonzalez turns it up, and there's going to be more Wolverines there to get him instead of him going on the outside.
Well, they held San Benito last week to only 13 points, and I'll tell you how that happened. San Benito had 7 of those points in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the ball game. So they were real tough all night long. Let's see how they do against the high-powered Panthers. Here comes Eric Gonzalez.
That's free.
Oh, that's major free at the 20, 15, 10. And down to about the 12-yard line is major free. I was listening. I was also listening to the McAllen broadcast. You and I know what ours sound like that. But, Joey, they nominated Major Free on the All-Valley list of names.
Well, Major Free got to make sure the young sophomores got to make sure to carry that ball a little bit tighter to his body.
He's a big boy.
He's going to get some people going after that ball, especially McAllen, PSJ Memorial, known for their turnovers on defense, and he's got to really hold that ball a little closer.
1st and 10 down to about the 12-yard line. And in motion goes Gonzalez again. And not too much, maybe to the 10. That's about it. So Eric Gonzalez is getting the load of the work here in the first quarter on this first series. We're down to about 7.5 minutes, of course. We had a heck of a quarter last week, Joey. If you remember the first quarter last week, there was some 30-some points scored in the first quarter alone. It was like a track meet between Weslaco and McAllen Memorial. Weslaco winning that first district game by a score of 41-14.
Well, I want to bring your attention to something, Terry, that after this play,
okay,
something that happened just right now that I saw and I've forgotten about earlier.
In motion again. Up the middle they go. Is that Cordova?
Cordosa,
yep.
yeah.
Or Cordosa. He got up and put his helmet right in the middle of the chest of one of the
If you look
players.
in the back of the Panthers helmet, you're going to see the tribute that they're going to have for the rest of the year on the back. It's a sticker right in the middle of their helmet. And you can tell right above the Rydell, that is going to be a sticker that they're recognizing Mando de Toros for the rest of the year.
We saw a real emotional Jacob Martin, who wears number 4 for the Panthers tonight before the game. Handoff coming wide, pushed the pile near the end zone. Did he make it or not?
Aaron Sanchez is going to be about a yard short of that first down, or that touchdown.
Yeah, they pushed the pile, Joey, about 4 yards. The Panthers did. Now, remember, like I said, the Wolverines held San Benito to only 13 points a week ago, but
Sanchez the junior.
This is not San Benito.
Sanchez the junior is a junior, and he's a big, tall kid, just like Free is. But Free's a sophomore. We're going to have some good talent coming up for next year, as well as this year, Terry.
Here we go at the goal line, about the 1 yard line. Man motion again. Hand off to the first man. That's Cordosa into the end zone. Weslaco on the board at the 6:26 mark. They are able to score, and Weslaco jumps out in front here in the first quarter, 6-0. Victor Cordosa from about 1 yard out, Joey.
Well, Victor Cordosa getting the icing on the cake. He took him there, and then he took him to the end zone.
Yeah, well, you remember this was all set up by a very short punt, so this was only a 39-yard drive. And actually, they scored twice because Eric Gonzalez, if you remember, scored on the first play, and they brought it back because of a flipping penalty. Almaraz on the kick up. Is it good? Yes, it is.
Well, Terry, you can also
Palomares, my bad.
You can also attribute that good field position by the defense doing their job and stopping them on maybe I think it was 4 plays and out. But they did their job stopped them, made them punt, and then that punt worked in the favor of the Panthers, obviously.
Well, as we mentioned, the Wolverines are a young team, but I don't believe, I could be wrong, I don't think we're going to see a running back like who we saw last week. Trevor Spates might be the best running back, one of the best in the Valley, and it's kind of like we survived him.
And I guarantee he's one of the best in our district for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of firsts tonight, Terry. National anthems sung by a gentleman we hadn't seen in a long time
Andy
here.
Valise, yeah.
Andy Valise.
Yeah, I remember him from
In the 80s? He was a principal as well?
Yes, and he was a man that was, I remember him being on either Channel 5 or Channel 4 News after 9/11. He had a relative that was
That's
involved
exactly
in that.
right.
Yeah, I remember that. But I remember him, yes.
Longtime native of Weslaco and a recording artist. And
No, I didn't realize he was a recording.
He was a recording artist,
He did a nice job of it.
Yeah, he sure did.
Well, here we go. It's Pat Lamaris to kick off again here to the PSJA Memorial Wolverines. And, boy, this kick got a little wind assistance that time all the way into the end zone. Yep. Touchback out to the 25-yard line.
Well,
Used
PSJA
to
Memorial.
be the 20, but for kickoffs, it's the 25. For punts, it's the 20.
Well, the Panthers ended up winning the toss, Terry, and deferred to the second half. PSJA Memorial picked the side of the field they wanted to be on, and right now they're going up against the wind. So we'll see if that is actually going to be something they're going to regret, or maybe
we don't know.
Say this is going to be something good for us.
We do know we got good weather tonight, that's for sure. A little windy, but not too bad. Tim Smith, who's been up here he's still up here talking to our crew, and he brought the weather with him, I think.
I think so.
Yep. Here we go. Gonzalez, your quarterback for the Wolverines. Man in motion, hands off, coming wide. And, whoa, big hit by the Panthers that time. Bustamante, the ball carrier. And
Brandon Michael Torres.
Yep, Brandon Torres. That was another thing I was going to mention, Joey. Weslaco, as we watch the replay on this, and we have a new replay machine, I might add. Mario was telling me he's not slow-mo Mario anymore. He's busy up there.
Replay technician.
Yeah, he's an engineer. He's a
replay engineer.
He's a replay engineer. So we have a new replay machine.
We've got about 4 screens in front of him this time.
Oh, yeah, he's busy. He's a busy man. And here we go. Handoff up. We got a big run there, and still going is Trevino.
Well, this is one of the things that really messed with the Panthers, and the fact that they could not tackle, and they were doing arm tackling. And I attribute that, Terry, to the UIL rule that came about this year, where you limit in full pads. And right there, they're not hitting and wrapping up; they're using their arms, and that's going to drive a defensive coach crazy.
Jonathan Trevino. Well, it might just take a while to adjust. He got over 10 yards, and that should give the Wolverines a first down here. Early on, actually, we're down to about the 3.5 minute mark of the, or 5.5 minute mark of the first quarter. Coming to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium. And off again over the 40, 45, and up to about the 50. That goes number 10, Bustamante.
Big hit by Matthew Lopez coming in from his safety position. But he's one of those hard hitters, a defensive leader for the Panther squad.
You know, one thing I was going to mention, Joey, that the Panthers were tremendously successful on a week ago. They forced 6 turnovers against the McAllen Memorial.
And there you see the big hit by Lopez.
And didn't you cover them this week or this year against Donna, where they
that's right. They had a bunch of turnovers.
Well? Yep. So this is a hard-hitting defense and very opportunistic. Gonzalez, your quarterback, waiting for the snap. Hand off to the first man, and breaks a tackle over midfield, still going down to the 40, 35, 33-yard line, and the Wolverines are really picking up some yardage on the ground against the Panthers.
They're just
Martinez on the stop for Weslaco.
We're talking about not hitting well, and then all of a sudden, number 10, Chris Martinez comes in, just nails him hard, but after he's gotten some positive yards against the Panther defense.
Number 10 tackles number 10. But I'll tell you, this has been an impressive drive for the Wolverines. Like I said, a very young team. A sophomore quarterback and one man beside him. So Weslaco's going to have to make some adjustments on this running game. And going wide again is Bustamante, trying to get to the outside down near the 22-yard line is Bustamante.
And what they're doing, Terry, what they're doing is spreading out the Panther defense by spreading themselves out as well. They have trips to the far side, one receiver to the near side, and all of a sudden they're running up the middle and that just spreads out that Panther defense and now allows, if one person misses, that allows some positive yards for the PSG Wolverines.
Andrew Cavazos and Jesus Reina are on the stop for Weslaco. And it's a first down and 10 again as the Wolverines are really marching the ball down the field here. Handoff again. This time is Trevino inside to the 10-yard line.
He's still going.
And yes.
And you can see there, Terry, what happens again. Once again, they had the twins to the far side, twins to the near side. They ran up the middle. If that first person misses the tackle, he's already gotten 5 yards into their backfield and is getting more yardage after every single tackle.
Well, they're running mainly between the hash marks, and so far have done a great job. They're already down to the Panther 11-yard line, so they really responded well after that last touchdown scored by Weslaco. And I believe, Joey, have only attempted one pass so far.
Timeout, Weslaco.
So the Panthers maybe need a timeout to kind of get the defense adjusted here. Timeout on the field with 3:46 to go in the first quarter. Weslaco leading by a score of 7-0. Getting a little look at our replay machine up here, Joey, doing a good job. Might mention Mario's got a little help up there, doesn't he? Got Julian and Darlene.
Well, they're busy with their own stuff.
Well, we got a pretty
Mario's left all to his own.
Well, we got a full K-West crew here tonight at home. The ball at about the 11-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wolverines. Let's see if the Panthers time out. A little movement, I thought, by the Wolverines, but a stop near the line of scrimmage.
And look at Michael Brendan Torres doing exactly what you need to do is get him on first tackle, first contact, bring him down, wrap him up, and then he's not going to get as many yards as he's been getting.
That was Jonathan Trevino, number 26, running the football. And he got about 2 or 3 on the play, so it's going to be second down and about 7 yards to go for the Wolverines of PSJA Memorial. Looks like kind of an I formation behind the quarterback right now. Now they move it a little bit. Power I to the left. Gonzalez calling signals. Hand off again. And down to about the 5. They push in the pile is PSJA Memorial.
Well, the Panthers can allow 2 and 3 yards per carry, but they don't want to give up the big plays that they've been giving up earlier. Right now what they're doing is now they're covering their gaps and knowing exactly where they need to be so that they don't get those gaps and hit those gaps and then elude the tacklers.
Well, it was Jonathan Trevino again. A lot of the tackles so far, Joey, been by number 94, Jesus Reina. He's done a good job so far in this first quarter.
So 3rd and 5.
Yep, 3rd down and 5 as the Wolverines only 6 yards, actually about
3rd and 4.
Timeout, Weslaco.
So once again, another timeout by the Panthers.
2 timeouts in a couple of minutes by Coach Tony V.
Well, you know what Terry is? They're seeing something upstairs. They're saying, let's slow this down. Let's correct the mistakes now before they actually get into the end zone. Yeah, we're in field goal position, or they're in field goal position, but right now, let's stop the long yardage.
The 3rd down, as you were saying, 4, but though they're only 5 yards away from the end zone, so you got to be careful. Not worry about the first down. Just stop them here, force them into a field goal. They're in what you call chip shot field goal range at this point.
Basically an extra point.
Yeah, pretty much. As I mentioned, the K-West staff tonight, we've got Darlene and Julian and Mario upstairs, along with, I believe, Mallory's helping us out again tonight.
Yep.
And who's that? And Mario's nephew, is he helping out as well?
He's holding a pin for Mario.
Oh.
That's how Mario started out.
Okay. Here we go, man in motion. Handoff again. Is that Trevino? Tripped up near the 5-yard line.
Hit.
Didn't get much on that play. And who's that on the bottom of the pile? Number 40, Michael Brandon Torres. And who is number 93? I haven't called his name out too many times tonight.
That's going to be Alfonso Cerda.
Okay, Cerda.
But Cerda, man, he's manhandling his offensive lineman that's in front of him.
And also Jacob Martin in there, number 4. So that should be about 4th down. Who we got in there kicking? Number 16? for the Wolverines. Looks like a lefty from about the 11-yard line, which would be, that's Jose Gasser. There's a name for you.
Fumble.
Oh, turnover. And the
Another
ball is
turnover.
still on the field. Can they pick it up and run with it? Oh, that's like a double turnover almost. On the
That was
recovery.
Matthew Lopez.
Yeah, Matthew Lopez.
So Matt Lopez coming up with a big turnover. But it all started with that bad snap.
Let's watch the replay here, Joey, and see who actually caused maybe the fumble.
Well, was that the snap or was that the
It
holder's
could.
fault?
Yeah,
it
no,
was
it
a combination
holder,
of both.
It was a holder's fault. And he tried to do something with it, and they knocked him down, and then Lopez jumped out of the football. Good play that time for the Panthers. Dodging a bullet here, Joey, and another turnover. Here we are at the 25-yard line. Lopez under center for Weslaco. Hand off to the second man. Maybe to the 26, 27-yard line.
That's Gonzalez.
Is that Eric Gonzalez
That's
again?
Eric Gonzalez.
Yep. He's been busy, hasn't he?
Well, Terry,
There's 44 in the stop forward.
the two big plays so far, Terry, have been on both on special teams, and you expected them on defense.
Oh, yeah.
But both special teams now, and that's
the bad punt.
yeah, and that's why you always say, you preach the fact there's three aspects to the game: defense, offense, and special teams.
All right, here we go. Second down in about 7 or 8. Handoff.
Little quarterback running back exchange.
It looked like a broken play. The ball is on the field, and
That's the running. That looks like it's Eric Gonzalez.
who picked that football up? Was that Gonzalez that picked it
No,
up?
that wasn't Gonzalez.
No, it's Guerra.
That was Brian Guerra.
But what happened? I don't know exactly. It looked like there was an exchange problem between the quarterback and the halfback who was going to hand it off to.
Looked like it was going to go to Cordosa. Cordosa and Robbie didn't get a clean exchange, and that ball was on the floor. And good pickup by Guerra picking it up.
On the floor?
On the floor.
I make those kind of mistakes too.
On the grass, on the turf?
Yeah, on the turf. I do a lot of basketball for people, so yeah.
At least I didn't say on the hardwood.
Yeah, on the hardwood, yeah. Counter play. And boy, I'll tell you what, PSG Memorial on this particular drive have really adjusted to the Panther running game.
Jose Ramirez, a sophomore from PSG Memorial, doing exactly what you teach your linebacker. Stay in place with the slot T offense, and the running back could be coming your way. But if you stay at home, you're more likely going to get those plays, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, that's a counter play. We're down to about 9 seconds to go. Somebody just called a timeout. Was that Weslaco again?
That's Weslaco, so
Oh,
that's the third one.
They've used them all up in the one quarter. But you're right, Joe, because of the wind, I believe. This is going to give the punter for Weslaco a chance to really boom one out of there. You can flip a field over on a good punt.
Yeah, might as well do it right now.
Yep. Because they have the ball. Looks like the ball is at about maybe the 31-yard line. Is that what we're going to call it, the 31?
31.
Okay. Just taking a guess.
Well, if you go back to, you can look at another camera shot that's going to show the back of the Panthers helmets. It has Manuel Del Toro's initials along with his number in a purple circle with yellow lettering.
Okay. So who we got back kicking?
Matthew Lopez is the
Matthew
punter.
Matthew Lopez. He should have some good wind behind him here. Good snap back. Here's the kick. Not a real high one. And, got a great bounce down to the inside. Looks like inside the 30. Let's see where the referee finally.
26, 27-yard line.
Now, remember the last time PSA Memorial had the football, Joey, they really hurt themselves with that turnover on the field goal attempt, but they were able to march the football down the field. And let's see if Weslaco has made defense adjustments against their running game.
Well, they kind of did, Terry, towards the end zone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They covered their gaps a lot better than what they were doing. But again, PSG Memorial is already coming with this game plan. They are going to spread the Panthers out, and they're going to try to run those gaps and just do a kind of a zone type of blocking scheme. Get that guy that's in front of you, running back, hit any hole that's available.
Well, their quarterback, as I mentioned, Michael Gonzalez, number 7. Their two main running backs, Bustamante, 10, and Trevino, number 26. Handoff. Is that Trevino?
That's Trevino.
Yep, and he only got to about the 30. And bringing him down from behind again, number 94.
Jesus Reyna.
Yeah, and Reyna's had a great game here in this first quarter, and that was the last play of the first quarter. Reyna did a great job and finished it off by getting the tackle. We've played one quarter of football here at Bobby Lackey, and the score after one, Weslaco 7, PSA Memorial nothing. tell you. So what are we going to do in the second quarter? Joe, you know, against McAllen Memorial last week, as we mentioned, that first quarter was wild. This one was pretty conservative, only 7 points scored. But if you think about it, Joey, after the Mustangs last week scored their 14 points, they never scored again after that. The defense really did a job.
And got those turnovers and stops when they needed it.
Here we go, Gonzalez. Got Trevino right beside him. He's going to throw into some traffic at about the 39-yard line. Good reception out there by number 2, Maravilla. They call him the Superman.
And that's exactly what Memorial wants to do, Terry. They want to get those little dink passes out there, those little screen passes, those little slant passes, and get the receivers the ball quickly, get positive yards, and if they can break a tackle, even better.
That's Juan Maravilla on the reception for the Wolverines. That's the first completion, I believe, for Gonzalez. Should make a first down and 10 at about the 40-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter from Bobby Lackey Stadium. Handoff to Trevino trying to get wide. He's at the 40. This time, though, Reyna's got all kinds of help. And with him was Martin. But again, Joey, it's just one of those nights where everything's lining up for Jesus Reyna.
Well, Terry, what you want as a defensive coach, you want your defensive linemen to make the majority of tackles. That means they're not getting past the second level. They're not getting into your linebacker level or into your secondary level. If your defensive linemen are getting the tackles, that's going to be a successful night for you.
It was Jacob Martin who was in on the stop along with Reyna, but Reyna's doing a good job so far. Second down for the Wolverines. Little pitch out. They got him at about the 40, and they wrapped Trevino up this time. Wow. Good defensive pursuit. And that's the word I want to use on that particular play, was the pursuit of Weslaco. In on the stop, number 45 for the Panthers.
And don't look at this big hit by
Gilbert
number 50.
Trevino.
Pascual Vasquez, look at the big hit that he delivers.
Yep.
Right there. Just a big hit, wrap him up, bring him down.
You're right there, Joey, at the 40-yard line. And they're starting to adjust to Jonathan Trevino, the main runner for the Wolverines. I would expect maybe they're going to go to a pass here. Third down, about 9 to go. Showing blitz are the Panthers. Here they come. Quarterback under some pressure. Out down the field he goes with the reception, but overthrows the intended receiver down there.
We had nowhere to go. He was getting a lot of pressure. He got pressure from Jesus Reyna, and then I think it was Jacob Martin as well that was out there. But he had so much pressure, he could not set his feet and throw that ball as well as he wanted to.
Intended for Fabian Cervantes, number 5, but it was way over. He didn't even have a chance. On the coverage for Weslaco was Andrew Cavazos.
And Gabriel Cruz out there trying to catch the ball.
Which Gabriel? Is that our Gabe Cruz?
Yeah, Gabriel Cruz, yeah.
Okay.
Our Cape-Pan Gabe Cruz.
That's his boy?
He was out there.
Oh, okay.
He was on the sideline trying to catch
You're
the ball.
confusing me.
Sorry, Terry.
Sanchez is going to kick here for the Wolverines with the wind behind him.
High kick once again.
And this time it's a little bit longer. But the bounce is not that good. He's not getting good bounces. You know, in other words, some bounces can give you an extra 20 yards.
Well, I think
their bounces are hurting them.
The majority of that punt came because of the wind. That ball went straight up in the air, and it looked like it wasn't going to go anywhere. All of a sudden, that wind kind of took a little bit.
They need to invest in the movie I just saw.
What movie?
Flubber.
Hit
they need a Flubber bounce. Have you seen the Flubber movie?
That's a long time ago, dude.
No, I mean the new one with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. The Panthers try it up again here.
There's like 27.
Is that 27 or 37?
That's going to be Aaron Sanchez.
Okay, that would be. You're right, Joey.
And since it's one of the first home games for the Panthers, both everybody in Key West has not seen the slot team in person or in our stadium. So what happens is we kind of lose track of the slot team a little bit.
The coach is down there talking to the players. Which coach is that? Okay. Here we go. Second down, Joey.
I would assume it's a defensive coach.
In motion is Eric Gonzalez. No counterplay coming back. And I'll tell you, since that first drive, the Wolverines have really adjusted to the Panther running attack. That was Eric Gonzalez. He didn't get more than a yard or so. That's going to bring up third down and long. And Weslaco is going to have to adjust to their running game a little. They were great on that first series of plays, but since then, just like last week where the Mustangs were able to bottle up the running attack, so have the Wolverines here early on in the second quarter.
Well, you can definitely tell they watched film because the best running back tandem out there, it started with Major Free out there and José Gonzalez out there.
We have a new
along with
quarterback.
Gonzalez.
We have a new quarterback.
That's going to be Paul Rodriguez, number 14.
You're right. And he's rolling. He's going to throw. Gets it out underway, and it's incomplete out of the hands of number 20, Brian Guerra. Actually, Guerra never got to it, but it was thrown out of bounds, and that's going to bring up fourth down. But that's kind of a surprise taking Robbie Lopez. I thought Lopez was a good passer.
Well, he's the 7-on-7 guy.
Yes.
So something must have
That
happened.
was Guerra never had a chance at that. And that's going to bring up fourth down. So 3 and out for this Panther offense. As Matthew Lopez should be going back to kick. So it looks like it's going to be so far tonight, Joey, it's going to be a defensive night. I thought this was going to be kind of a high-scoring game, but my bad.
Well, I had talked to Mario Palacios before the game, and what I told him was it's going to be one of the defensive battles, I think.
So far, that's exactly what it's been. Not much of it. The punting has not been real great, but that bounce there, that's a good Panther bounce. And out of bounds it goes at about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Wolverines will take over from there.
Difference between that ball, Terry, and the other punt that we saw from PSR Memorial was that was a low kick, a line drive type of kick. It was kind of directionally towards the sideline, so if it was picked up, he's got a short field to work with.
8:36 to go to halftime. Weslaco leading in a low-scoring game, 7-0. Maybe that's not a fluke. Remember last week, PSR Memorial won their first game of the year by beating San Benito 14-13. So they're used to these low-scoring games.
Well, if they keep it close, they feel they can get into this game, or they can win this game.
And when you have a young team like they do, you want your defense to be strong. Right now, again, the guys in yellow tonight are the Panther coaches. Gonzalez, the quarterback for the Wolverines, at about the 28-yard line. Handoff to Trevino, and he's going to be stopped at about the 30, and a whole bunch of Panthers all over him. I see Peter Noriega out there along with Michael Brandon Todas,
Terry,
among others.
You look at the amount of penetration they got. You got 72, 73 taking some big penetration, along with almost everybody from the defensive line getting that penetration forward or into the backfield. PSA Memorial, that's not going to spell any good success for a running game if you're going to have that.
Alfonso Serra, the number 93, also in the top for Weslaco. So since the first drives for both of these teams were successful, although Weslaco's resulted in points, PSJ Memorial did not result in points. Hand off to the second man through, and can they get him at about the 36-yard line? They wrap him up.
Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
Once again, I believe it was Jonathan Trevino, number 26.
They finally got some good blocking there. But the first tackle would have gotten him down and behind the line of scrimmage. And that's what the Panthers need to stop that first missed tackle, and that's going to be successful for them as long as they keep on getting that first tackle.
Well, they're showing second down and 2. That was a first down play, 8 yards. I thought it was second down play, but no.
That's 3rd and 2, Terry.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So now that's going to be fourth and 2. They didn't get anything off that one.
Yeah, they didn't. Only no gain in the play. It's going to be fourth down. I guess what we've seen so far, Joey, is we've seen a battle of the punters.
Yeah, you talked about the defensive struggle that this is going to be tonight.
Last week we had all offense.
They got the first down, Terry, actually.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought they were stopped for no yards.
That's a generous spot, I might say. First down and 10. Ball at about the 39-yard line. And the Wolverines move the markers one more time. Statistically, Joey, I think they're right even with the Panthers so far in the game. They're going to throw the ball out here. They got a receiver up near midfield.
Once again, that slant pattern really working well for them. They look like they got a Wolverine injured in the back of one of their linemen.
That was Bustamante, number 10, one of the running backs, who caught the football as a receiver that time. And Michael Brandon Todas on the stop, but that was just a short hitch pattern there. And did he get 10? Pretty close. He's at about the 49-yard line.
Well, they're going to give him
about 9
first down. So it's
okay,
first
you're
and
right.
10.
First and 10. So first and 10 from their own 49 are the Wolverines.
Offsides on the Panthers.
Okay.
It's going to be a free play, so they're just going to throw it up in the air.
Gonzalez is throwing it out of bounds near one of the Weslaco coaches. On the coverage for Weslaco that time was number 25, Edward Hilpus. Is that how you pronounce it? Hilpus? Silent J? Is that kind of like a refute?
Yes, sir.
Offsides on the defense.
You're not laughing at that.
5 yards, first down.
You're trying to give me a lot more today.
Okay. You need a sense of humor, Joey. 6:37 to go here in this
I
second
need a
quarter.
sense of humor.
Yeah. You're too somber.
Thanks a lot.
There's another word, but I won't say it.
You're not going to be mean to me, are you?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. 6:31 to go here to halftime. Weslaco leading 7-0 in kind of a, there's no other way to say it. It's been a defensive struggle so far.
Well, Panther fans expected a lot of fireworks tonight, and they're not getting it, and they're kind of
wondering
wondering where's going to happen.
If this was baseball, it would be a pitcher's duel.
Yeah.
Yep. Both teams are almost throwing shutouts here. All right, here we go. First down at about 5 after that penalty. Hand off to Trevino, and another flag. Yep, that one came into the middle. I'm guessing holding. Now, what about you? Usually when the penalty marker goes into the middle of the pile, that's coming from the umpire. And
a little chippiness out there, Terry, like you like to say.
Well, let's see what they got here.
We have a high-low block on the offense. The guard and the tackle, 15 yards, previous spot, first down.
Oh, 15 yards, a high-low tackle.
That's a personal foul. That's
Wow.
a big deal when it comes to.
What is a high-low tackle?
Well, the one guy stands him up, and one guy tries to get his knees, and,
Right,
that's right there. 73 is who received that, and that's going to be Manny Moreno, defensive lineman, high-low.
I saw the low coming in there, but I didn't see the high. Anyway, it's going to bring up long yardage for the Wolverines here, back at about their 39-yard line. This is
a good thing
almost where they started. Yep, it helps out. Gonzalez to throw. He's got a receiver out here at about the 45-yard line, maybe the 47, before he's brought down by Michael Brandon Todas.
Well, that 15-yard penalty's helped them a little bit. It's going to be third and about 13.
They've had a couple of drives stopped by their own mistakes so far.
Well, those little slant patterns have been really working well for them, and that's what they're good at. They like those little passes to the sideline. They like the little screen passes. They like the slants, and that's what they're going to keep on doing, along with the runs, trying to keep the Panther linebackers trying to guess.
Showing blitz again are the Panthers. Hand off to Trevino, trying to get wide. He's up to about the 50. Cuts to the 45. Oh, he's dragged down at about the 44-yard line.
Defensive lineman is
There's
Reyna.
Reyna again.
Tracking him down and bringing him down.
He brought him, kind of got him by the neck that time.
Well, look at him. He's a defensive lineman, Terry. He's a defensive end. Gets off the block, and then runs after the running back and gets him. He's just a long-legged and long-armed guy.
Yep, he sure is. The ball, though, is down to about the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up third down and about 3 for the Wolverines. So they've made a lot of this yardage back here. Gonzalez calling signals. Hand off to Trevino again. He didn't get 3 this time, though. Michael Brandon Todas again on the stop, along with your guy, number 50, Joey. Pascual Vasquez, yep. Now, are any of these your students?
On the offensive line, yes.
Okay.
On the defensive side, no.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Scratch that.
All right.
Matthew Lopez is missed.
Okay. Well, right now, Joey, I'm looking at fourth down. Are they going to punt or not? If 35 is out there, they're going to punt.
Looking for the punter. See if he's out there.
Well, they got fourth down and about 1 yard to go. They might go for it. They're
going to go for it.
They got the wind behind them. And I think they got the first down to about
after second effort, he got hit in the backfield. And this time, the quarterback under center. In a power I formation, everybody thought it was going to go up the middle and actually went on the outside.
They got to the 39. That was good enough. So they've gone to the 39-yard line in Panther territory, down to the 4:09 mark here in the second quarter. Remember, Weslaco's used up all their timeouts, haven't they? They did it in the first quarter.
PSJ has all theirs.
Yep. 4:09 to go to halftime, and the Wolverines. We'll try it again here. Gonzalez again hands off Trevino got an opening down to the 30.
Bustamante.
Or Bustamante down to the 35-yard line. A little quicker that time. You're right. Jesse Bustamante got to the 35-yard line.
He's that change of pace running back that they have. He's a little bit faster. He hits the hole much faster than Trevino does.
Yeah, quicker, yeah. Trevino's more your power back, but he took a smash on the end there. In fact, lost his helmet.
That was a Panther.
Matthew Lopez, I believe, knocked him down, number 24.
Matthew Lopez.
Yeah. He got about 4 in the play. Second down and about 6 as the Wolverines march steadily toward the Panther end zone here. Gonzalez again, handoff. This time, Bustamante trying to...
3 tackles, sir.
Oh,
big
and he
hit.
took a hammer that time.
That was Tirado with a big hit. The linebacker coming in
man.
and just hitting him hard and bringing him down.
That's the kind you draw up on the playboard, that kind of a tackle. Watch this hit again here.
Felix Tirado is not a big guy, Terry, but look at the hit that he delivered.
Yeah, he did it. He got the direct hit, put the shoulder in there and really nailed him. Good movement by Bustamante again, but he only got one in the play here.
Felix Tirado, I have his sister on my volleyball team.
Okay. Here we go. Nice piece of information. Third down and 4. Trevino this time. Panthers holding on to him. That is Michael Brandon Todas was holding on. Somebody else kind of finished off the work for him, but that's going to bring up, I believe, 4th down here, Joey. And 4th down and about 3 to go here.
Rene Peters, 72, in on the tackle as well.
Yeah, you're like me. You watched them play last week. That was the first time I had seen the Panthers all year. I've been covering Weslaco East, and I want to talk about that just a minute here. Ball in about the 33-yard line. Is it 4th down? That's what I got.
Fourth down about 3.
They might try a pass this time. Gonzalez is completed.
Well, the slam pattern's been working for him, so watch that.
Means the Panthers are going to have to cover a little tighter. And right now we got timeout on the field with the score 7-0. We're down to 2:09 to go here to halftime. Speaking of the Weslaco East Wildcats, they are on the road tonight playing the game of the week in the Valley against the McAllen Bulldogs at McAllen. Yeah. And we wish them the best of luck. The game not being aired by, that game will be on K-West next week, but not being aired by a K-West crew. You and I are the K-West crew, and we're here tonight.
Along with the guys in the
camp. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was mentioning the K-West crew here tonight. We forgot to mention Don Ramirez and Val Zamora and Rafael Cavazos. They're the guys that really do a lot of the work. They're the ones that bring you the great camera action all game long.
On the field.
On the field, they don't miss a thing.
They're the ones that give you the crowd shots as well.
You and I got the easy job. We just get to talk.
Well, sometimes.
Well, we don't. I don't work too hard. I'm not getting in the way of one of those offensive linemen or defensive linemen. That's for sure. My days of playing football have gone by.
Or those leather helmets that don't make them anymore.
Oh, no, watch. 4th down and 3, and we're about ready to go again here.
Watch the slant once again. Yep. And, the Panthers are playing up close, but
they've got 2 receivers each side of the field. And is Gonzalez under center or not?
No, he's in shotgun formation.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's got one man behind him.
That's Gonzalez.
Okay. Oh, movement by the Panthers. This is going to be like a free play, I believe. And he throws the ball away, but that's going to be a Panther penalty there. That's going
to drive the defensive coaches crazy. You're in front of the ball, and how do you go offsides when you should be watching the ball?
On the defense, number 93, 5 yards. The result is a
Sarah,
first down.
I believe, was offside that time, but
that's where you get reminders the next day in practice.
You might run an extra lap or 2.
Yeah, to remind you that you go on the ball, not on the count.
Right, exactly. All right, they were just passing the score on. We'll get to it in a moment here, but right now it looks like it's 1st and 10 for Memorial.
Looking to the sideline, change the play up a little bit, Terry.
Well, we got 2:06 to go. I can't believe that play only took 3 seconds. As Gonzalez is looking to the sideline, he's still got 3 on the play clock, and he drops back the pass. Now he takes throw. And the Panthers are going to sack him about the 30-yard line. He's a big kid, but the Panthers wrapped him up. He didn't have anywhere to throw it.
Well, yeah, I was looking for a deep pattern that never developed. Down the middle, somebody was looking for one of his receivers and well covered by the Panther defensive backfield.
I had to clear the air of all the frogs in my throat. And we're set to go here again. We're down to about 1:35, and clock is still going. The ball is about the 30-yard line. I see George Lopez up here.
George is everywhere.
Well, he's up here because he is kind of the announcer for the band.
Yeah.
And so
but he's at volleyball games.
Right, exactly. Well,
football games.
Well, here we go. Second down. Gonzalez again. Hand off. Oh, got some running room. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Jonathan Trevino. Wow, somebody fell asleep there. And that's been the biggest running play of the night for PSA Memorial. And there is a touchdown for the Wolverines.
It all started, Terry, with the fact that the offensive line for PSA Memorial created a huge hole. Look at that good blocking by the offensive line. No one was even close to him.
Well, Cavazos tried to get to him, but he was blocked out of the play. But that's a tough break. With 1:12 to go in the halftime, the Wolverines finally get on the board with a run by Jonathan Trevino. Kicking for the Wolverines, number 16, Jose Gasser. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Looks like Gasser to me. Yep.
So, Panthers give up a late touchdown. That's the first touchdown they've given up in a long time. Kick is up and good. So with 1:12 to go to halftime, we are tied at 7 between the Wolverines and the Panthers. And Joey, if you want to be honest about things, it's been about a dead even half. No team has dominated.
And that's why it's 7-7 on the scoreboard right now. What the Panthers needed to do was really clamp down on defense, and they let that play develop because of different things, because of the fact that they were covering the slant patterns, or covering Gonzalez trying to go through the outside. And then what happens, they develop a great blocking scheme with the offensive line, pushing the Panthers backwards and getting that, allowing the running back to get to that touchdown.
Well, Weslaco is going to have to pick up the pace a little bit because they are one of the favorites in 31-5A to win this thing. And it's been kind of other than that first set where they got the break off the bad kick by the punt, and where they were able to score, they being the Panthers, they really have not shown a lot offensively.
Well, Terry, this is what I was approached by this week during about this game. There's a lot of people that approached me and said, look, this is a trap game for the Panthers. This is a game that where the Panthers say, look at this record. They only have one win.
Well, don't they have McAllen next week?
Yeah, and so they're looking at maybe looking ahead and looking behind the fact that, hey, we beat a good team last week.
Right, exactly.
We can kind of, coast in this game. We don't need to really pick it up for this game. And that's a danger for the squad. They need to go ahead and take every team in this district seriously. And I know the coaches were drilling about that, but, kids can be kids.
Well, I'm sure at halftime they're going to get a wake-up call from the coaches, because the bottom line is Tony V loves to win.
Win kick.
Yep. That was they had to win with him. Somebody's going to have to fall in that football. Finally they do. Andrew Cavazos looks like it. So we got about 1:09 left to go. Remember, the Panthers are out of timeouts. The good part about this is, Joey, we should get the football to start the second half.
Andrew Aldape calling for the fair catch, missed the ball, and then Andrew Cavazos was on top of it.
Is he related to the band director?
You know what, sir? I don't know.
Because isn't the band director's name Aldape?
That's right.
Okay.
I'll ask George Lopez.
How about that for an insightful observation?
You're always on top of things, Terry, aren't you?
Well, I try not to be.
So Panther play right up the middle.
Yep, there wasn't much there.
3 or 4 yards on that one. That's going to be Barbosa.
Well, we're under a minute to go as they're flashing around the stadium, showing some of the young Panther fans. There's a future Panther cheerleader right there, and they're loving it. Here we go up to the line of scrimmage. Hand out. No, pitch back. Coming wide at the 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh, knocked out of bounds. Good run that time. Is that Brian Garrett? No, Eric Gonzalez again. That's the best run we've had almost in the whole game.
Eric Gonzalez turning it up on the outside with a simple pitch out. But the Wolverines expected everything up the middle.
36. I got it. 36 seconds to go. Joe, I don't remember the Panthers throwing any one pass in the game, and that was Paul Rodriguez, I believe.
Yeah, it wasn't Robbie Lopez.
Nope.
Major Free now.
Yep, there goes Free to the other side. Little student body left this time, and they get him at about the 48-yard line. He's going to be knocked down.
Maybe 2 yards an hour, but clock is running because we have no timeouts.
We're down to about 20 seconds to go, and behind Gonzalez, the lead back, goes Major Free. Major Free never got to the corner like he likes to. So this would be one of the last plays of the first half. They down the ball, Lopez does.
With about 10 seconds left.
Exactly. They're setting up something here. And Tony V is as good as there is in the Valley on gadget plays, isn't he?
Yeah, he has all kinds of different things in his war chest.
Repertoire. A little French word there for you.
He's been around for years, so he has everything you can imagine.
Well, he started his coaching career at Port Isabel. And Port Isabel actually went to the state semifinals under his leadership.
The late 80s.
Yeah.
He's the one that built the tradition over there, PI.
Okay, here we go. Robbie Lopez under center. Fakes the handoff. He's under a lot of pressure. Flips the ball up the field. He got a receiver at the 30. Aldapi goes out of bounds at about the 25.
2 seconds left.
2 seconds, set it up.
Penalty flag in the backfield. It looks like it's going to be holding against the Panthers.
Oh, that's a tough break. Panthers have just not been able to get a drive going tonight.
And that's right. It's going to be holding against the Panthers, bringing them back all the way.
I didn't see the yellow hanky go down, but I guess it did, as you say. Good pass that time to Aldapi. There's still 2 seconds on the clock.
I think it was almost
on
a
the
tackle
offense, number 62. 10 yards, previous spot, repeat the down.
Okay, they're going to move the ball all the way back to the 37 or 38-yard line. What I was going to mention, Joey, they passed on one score coming out of McAllen. And the score in the second quarter is McAllen 7 and Weslaco East 7.
Wow.
So the Wildcats holding their own. Handoff, trying to come wide. And down at about the 38-yard line, and that'll do it.
Oscar Leon.
So the clock has run down. We've gone to halftime. The score at Bobby Lackey Stadium at half is Weslaco 7, PSG Memorial 7.
Without a doubt, my favorite part so far was a coin toss at the beginning. Wasn't that great? Love doing that. Good to see you all here at Bobby Lackey Stadium tonight. A special welcome tonight to Michael Williams, Commissioner of Education. Going to be visiting both school districts in the next week. Good to have you here. Welcome to the Valley and to the districts here. Big welcome tonight also, of course, to the Wolverine fans from PSG Memorial. Good to have you in the house tonight. Thanks for coming out. And how about it? Let's hear it, Panther fans. Make some noise. Absolutely awesome. Let's look at your forecast. Here's what you can expect as we head into tomorrow. I think, again, we see some sunshine, but also isolated showers around the area, kind of a mix in clouds and sun. 94 for a high, but spotty showers a possibility, especially during the afternoon hours. One more time. Ready? Let me catch this instead. There we go. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Once again, thank you, Tim Smith and Channel 5.
Proudly present the 2013-2014 award-winning Dazzler Dance Drill Team under the direction of Miriam Vera, assisted by Andrea Nostra. This summer, the dance officers and team members attended 2 different American Dance Drill Team camps and received high honors for their discipline, work ethic, and outstanding performances. The officer and team awards include Super Sweepstakes and Award of Excellence, Best Technique Overall, Home Routine Award, Creative Choreography Award, Most Admired Team